Hey folks, welcome back. Short video about a problem I have with my CNC. One of the features of the controller that comes with the NextWave CNC machine is a output for a 5-volt DC trigger voltage. What that allows you to do is through a solid-state relay is trigger other devices. And in my case, I built a box to trigger my dust collection and my router. Let's take a look at that real quick. So here's the little box I made. The DC trigger voltage comes in through this RCA cable and RCA connector. There's a solid-state relay in here that's 3 to 32 volt DC trigger voltage and handles up to 280 volts AC on the AC side. I believe it's 25 amp. And when I hit the button here to start the job, the trigger voltage comes in the cable, turns on the relay, and the router and the dust collector, which is under the table, comes on, and it goes on and cuts the job. And the problem was that I wasn't getting that trigger voltage anymore, and when I troubleshot it, it wasn't coming out of the controller anymore. So I contacted NextWave Automation, and they said, package it up, send it to us, we'll troubleshoot it and take a look. They had it for about a week. They notified me that it's been fixed, they sent it back to me. I tested it, I've got the 5-volt trigger voltage coming out of it. It goes to my box, everything's fine, I hooked everything up, nothing. What the hell's going on? This is working now. I tested the relay. The relay's working fine. The little red light tells you when it comes on. It's working fine. I tested the AC side of the relay. It's working fine. So what's going on? Well, I kept troubleshooting up the powertrain, as they say, and it turns out this failed as well. This is a cheap 79-cent builder grade AC outlet that I got at Home Depot. And I replaced this with the industrial or professional grade outlet, 20 amp outlet, and it works great. Everything works fine now. This was the second culprit in the failure mode. First culprit was I did need to have this repaired. The second was this. I broke it apart, I looked at it, I couldn't figure out why it failed, but it failed. I don't care why it failed. I will never buy a builder grade anything like this ever again. All the plugs I've added to cabinets around here in the shop that I use for plugging in power tools, I used the professional or industrial grade plugs. Never again. So, everything works now. I'm real happy. The moral of the story is, don't buy the cheap stuff. There are times you don't want to skimp, and this is one of them. So, everything works fine. I'm happy now, and they didn't charge me for the repair, which is pretty amazing. Until next time, folks, make great things out of wood.